Good afternoon, and thank you all for being here today. Before we begin, I would like to acknowledge that we are gathered on Treaty 6 territory, and of course to also acknowledge the Métis people who share a deep connection to this land. I also want to start with offering condolences on behalf of myself, my colleagues, and the official opposition, and all Albertans, to the family of Parker Wells and his loved ones. As a parent, it's a worst nightmare, really, to happen, to see what happened to Parker. And I want to take this time to acknowledge the Calgarians, the volunteers, the first responders, the police, everybody who was out there who put their love and their time and their energy in trying to bring Parker home. This was, of course, not the end that anybody wanted, and it was a tragic end for such a short and sweet life. And I want families and loved ones of Parker Wells to know that we are all thinking of them right now, and we are so sorry for your loss. I'm now going to turn things over to my colleague, Kyle Kasawski, MLA for Sherwood Park, and the Alberta NDP Shadow Minister for Affordability and Utilities, to talk about why we are here today.
Thanks, Rakhi, and thanks for mentioning Parker. That was been a devastating period of time just watching this all go on. So we're heading into the long weekend, so maybe to take it in a different direction, and looking forward to spending time with family and friends over a weekend that, you know, traditionally for my own family has been one where we've made a lot of great memories at lakes and mountains across Alberta. For me, and I know for many people, probably even the people at the Big Valley Jamboree, this is peak summer when it comes to summer in Alberta, is the August long weekend. But for so many people that are heading into this weekend and getting ready to fuel up at the pumps to head out on their trips, it's a tougher time, and there's a lot of costs that we're worried about paying from month to month in Alberta. So for Edmonton families that might be heading out and filling up their minivan, it's probably going to be a $90 fill up a year ago, whereas now it's over $130 to fill up that same fuel tank. And so that's a 40% increase for people that are filling up their fuel tanks to go on weekend trips that we all enjoy and need in order to spend time with family and make those memories in Alberta. So whether you're driving to the mountains, visiting relatives, or taking time with kids to go camping, I don't know if you've noticed we've set up the scene here in a park that you might be visiting in Alberta. Household budgets are getting hit. And for months, the Alberta New Democrats, we've been asking the government for the UCP to put a pause on the fuel tax. And prices of fuel are high, and Danielle Smith should make that choice today. It's a practical step that would provide immediate relief for families right now. So we're asking the Premier, do the right thing. Make this the best August long weekend ever. Do the right thing and remove the fuel tax, the 13 cents a litre fuel tax right now, so that when people head into the long weekend, they have one less thing to worry about. It's important to note the affordability challenges extend well beyond the gas pump. We know that, and that's why we put forward a broader plan to help Albertans with rising costs. And I'd like to turn it back to our Deputy Leader, Rakhi Pancholi, who's going to lay out some of those important things we've laid out for taking care of affordability in the province.
Thanks, Kyle. As he mentioned, Alberta Long Weekend is a time where families get to enjoy some much needed downtime together. Many Albertans want to spend the weekend hiking, camping, visiting family, or exploring our very beautiful province. But those trips require gas in the tank and food in the cooler, and both have become significantly more expensive. By now, my colleagues and I may sound like a broken record, talking about affordability again and again. But that's because Albertans have been raising the same concerns for years, and this government continues to ignore them, and things are getting worse. Gas prices are up roughly 40% compared to this time last year. And Statistics Canada data shows that the cost of some key barbecue staples has surged over the last 2 years for Albertans. Ground beef is up 21%. Tomatoes are up 40%. Whole chicken is up more than 40%. And romaine lettuce has doubled in price. Taken together, a backyard barbecue that cost a family about $100 2 summers ago would now cost roughly $140 to $145. And instead of focusing on affordability, this government has spent the last year focused on the wrong priorities. They passed legislation that takes away money from Albertans with disabilities. They've abandoned public health care and introduced American-style two-tier charge your credit card health system. They've increased provincial property taxes, and they're spending more than $130 million on a separatism referendum. That vote will benefit the Premier politically, but it is hurting our economy and spiking our unemployment numbers. Albertans deserve a government that is focused on lowering costs and making life more affordable, not one that insists on making life harder. This is exactly why the Alberta NDP has brought forward the Alberta Affordability Agenda. It's a practical plan focused on the right priorities, lowering everyday costs and helping people keep more of what they earn. Our plan includes removing the 13 cent per litre provincial fuel tax when prices are high, cutting electricity bills by 10%, gradually increasing the minimum wage to $18 and indexing it to inflation, taking real action to reduce grocery prices, ending nuisance fees and nickel and diming families, and making it easier for Albertans to purchase their first home. Families shouldn't have to rethink a long weekend getaway, delay buying a first home, or worry about whether they can afford the essentials because costs keep going up. Albertans can learn more about our plan to deliver real financial relief to families at albertandp.ca/save money. In the immediate term, we're once again calling on Danielle Smith to suspend the provincial fuel tax while prices remain high and provide families with the relief they need. Thank you, and now I'm happy to take your questions.
And so we'll start with questions here at the news conference. If there are any, if you have joined us online, if you have a question that you want to ask, all you have to do is use the raise hand function. So just taking a quick look at people here who are in nothing here and going to online for just a moment, and nobody has their hands raised. All right, folks, thank you very much for joining us today. That concludes the news conference. Please mind how you go.